is Marco. I'm a Mexican American and I support Donald J. Trump for President of the United States of America. And seeing Francisco and Omar and Raul, it gives me so much hope because where I'm from, we don't have that many Latinos that are involved in this process. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit of how I have been not supporting Donald Trump, but defending Donald Trump from the media and from the Hispanics, that I feel that somehow they have kidnapped our communities. The left has done a great job of taking them to a place that we can't reach, but we're working hard. So I started making videos with my political views when I saw how much opposition and how much they were trying to demonize Donald Trump. That actually inspired me. I had Donald Trump ties. I'm in the real estate industry, and so I knew about Donald Trump before he started running for president. And actually, the meeting where President Obama was really talking bad about his hair, that's probably when I really connected with Donald Trump. I bet that Obama wishes he would have never said that, because I think that's when he decided, I want to run for president. So maybe I took a few shortcuts, guys. Maybe I'm here a little ahead of time, but it was kind of like an emergency for me. So I was born and raised in Mexico. I came here when I was 17 in 1991 when the war with Kuwait. Everybody told me, don't go, Marco. They're gonna bomb the United States. And there you go, they're gonna. So the world has a very, very different view of the United States than what the United States really is. And I've been taking a lot of hate, guys, on the media, because I have spoken and I have said a few things that have gotten people out of the comfort zone. So I came here because my parents have been working with the program that Ronald Reagan instituted, the amnesty. They have been here 3 cycles picking in the fields. And so me and my brothers and sisters, we actually had to be without our parents for 4 years. They would go 2 weeks in Christmas and come back. So that they don't want to separate families and all that, there's a price to be paid. I paid the price of waiting without my parents until they got approved, and then we were able to meet them here. Now, I come to your country, and I was seeing what Francisco was talking about, the nice neighborhoods and all that stuff. I met my wife, Jennifer, in high school. I had been 3 months into the country, and she sat next to me in my algebra class. She started smiling at me. She didn't speak Spanish, and I didn't speak English. And here we are, six kids later, and 23 years together. My mother-in-law, she's white, and this thing that the whites, they don't like you, and I feel sorry for the white people, because you're the only ones that can be racist. You know, it's like, it's not fair. You know, I like to be racist too. But she has been nothing but the nicest person in the world to me throughout my assimilation process. And I haven't, because it's a process. It's not something you don't wake up the next morning and say, oh, okay, I want to be integrated to the culture now. You're gonna fight it. And I told in a Spanish radio station that it took me 10 years to get rid of the habit of throwing garbage out of my car. What? Because in Mexico, right, people don't know where to throw the garbage. We have the most beautiful ocean, but if you go, it's full of garbage. But that $1,000 fine that you have, it helps. So I keep I started working at the flea market when I came here. I come from a family of merchants, and I keep telling everybody that Hispanics are with Donald Trump because they understand his message. Hispanics, they're entrepreneurs. They like to sell. We're service people. We clean houses, we do missionaries. So Donald Trump speaks that message. Obama doesn't. Obama has taken our jobs away. But Obama is so eloquent, along with Hillary. They have the dialogue, they have the vocabulary, they have the structure of delivering a message, and they just deceive and deceive and deceive. Now, Donald Trump is a little more rough, but he speaks the language of the heart. And this morning, I took on Ana Navarro. If you guys go, I was at CNN this morning. Actually, I spent yesterday at the debate. I was volunteering with the strike team in Nevada, and I was holding the signs behind the CNN.
Good.
And it was so awesome, guys, because the Democrats were behind us and we were in front. They were trying to have us in. We had the signs in front and we were just screaming at CNN, and CNN sucks, and lock her up. So my voice, we got up at 4 a.m. to start doing all that work. So I went to high school and I started going out with Jennifer. I went to the movies for the first time in the United States with her. I had my first pizza in the United States with her. She took me to her house. She put La Bamba. And every time I went to her house, they would always be playing La Bamba. And I'm like, this guy's like this movie so much. It was after like 10 years later, she said, well, we used to play it because of you. And I'm like, that movie is not even Mexican. They didn't speak Spanish. I didn't know what they were saying. So, what I'm trying to say, I have family that are still illegal. I have some cousins that are illegal. I have friends that are illegal. But it's not my fault that they are illegal.
That's right.
And I have told him that a couple times. And it's not my fault that Reagan did this program, and now I'm probably the only Latino that got papers through that program that is helping out the Republicans right now. Because if they would be doing what I'm doing, maybe we would have a louder voice. Maybe we could go to Donald Trump and say, look, we need to renegotiate this deal, and we need to put it in a better way. But it hasn't worked. Because if I'm the only one out of 4 million, then that tells you that something's wrong with that system. And let me tell you what's wrong with that system. I volunteer with kids and people that want to get out of drugs and alcohol because I am in recovery, 10 years clean and sober. And that's a personal thing, but I feel I have to say it because it ties in with what I want to say. A lot of people have lost their papers. They were given to them. But because of domestic violence, which is the #1 epidemic problem in my culture right now, and it's sometimes I tell them, it might be stupid stuff for them, but not for us. Because in my country, you kind of scream at the wife, a little loud sometimes. And it's okay in Mexico, and it's okay to put the music and the banda, like he was saying, and all that, and it's okay. But here it's not. If the neighbor hears you screaming at your wife, he's gonna call the police. And the police is gonna take you. And then they're gonna say, hey, Marco, you can't do that. We're gonna take your papers away. And the problem is that if they take my papers away, I have 6 kids. You're gonna have to support my 6 kids while I'm in Tijuana trying to get somebody to send me money so I can pay $15,000 to cross the border. And a year later, you have spent $100,000 in my family because they went to get assistance, right? And I come back, and it's round 2. And I do it again. I know people that have 9 DUIs, and they think it's bad luck. So we need to sort of, like he was saying about the taboo and all that, sort of like not be afraid of the 2 cultures. And if you guys, I I have taken a lot of hate for something very stupid that I said on MSNBC. And I said that if you don't do something about it, you're gonna have taco trucks on every corner.
I heard you.
So what I meant by, by that, and actually I met Joy yesterday at the debate, she was so happy to see me because she actually got promoted because of that segment that she got those words out of me. So she invited me to go to New York. She's gonna pay for everything. I'm gonna fly in and we're gonna do like a catch up of what happened. Because it's a hashtag that lasted for 5 days and it's like, they made so much money. So here it is, Donald Trump making America great again. Their ratings went up. So I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go now. now I know what I'm getting into. Now I know the difference between MSNBC and CNN and all that. And,
Not much.
you know, and I know that. So, and then I'm gonna be able to take Jorge Ramos. He's invited me on the day of the election, that's the guy that I really want to have 5 minutes with him.
Yeah.
Please.
Just 5 minutes is for Christmas, and then that's it. I won't ask for anything else for the rest of my life. Because I want to tell this guy that he has been emotionally seducing our communities into a very, very, very sad way of looking at life. And the white men don't like me, and this. I heard him the other day, and he was just, he keeps playing the same song, and it's just getting old. And I think it's getting to him, because if you look at him, he doesn't look very healthy anymore. I mean, they say that it's good to be good. People that are good, they actually look good. And it's bad to be bad. So, we need to be good just because it's good. It's good for our health. I used to think that it was good it was bad only if you didn't catch me. But now I know it's bad because it's bad. And anybody that lives in a soft culture, like I feel for my culture sometimes because these are people that live in a culture where they cash their checks at the Mexican market. They don't feel the need to integrate. I have friends that have 30 years, been here for 30 years. This friend of mine went to uni the other day, and he told the judge he didn't speak English. And the judge's like, why not? And I don't think he even knows. I don't think he knows why. And the thing is that the culture is important. We are growing. There's no leadership, and I feel so empowered by seeing Omar and Francisco and Raul, because we need you guys. There is a bunch of kids that I go to the Mexican party sometimes, and I see a bunch of kids playing, and I'm like, who's gonna lead these people? Who's gonna inspire them? Who's going to and you know what? Donald Trump really helps on that. The millennials are right now in a position where they don't care about cleaning the roads. They don't care about all that. They just want to go to Starbucks and they want to put their headphones on. They don't want you to mess with them. I have a 23-year-old, and I can't inject that thing that Donald Trump brings in all of us. Well, I was telling you about Jennifer in the beautiful neighborhood. I kind of went sideways there. My wife sent me a picture. She was showing houses today. She sent me a picture of her house that I used to go. That it was beautiful. The people took pride. And it wasn't a big expensive neighborhood. It was like a 100,000 neighborhood. But the structure of the community was there. And it's gone. And it's not just illegals, guys. It's the socialist agenda of Obama that has really, a year ago, I didn't know any of this. I experienced, well, just to make a story short, I don't want to take a lot of your time. I went from working at the flea market, I sold cars, real estate, I became a millionaire, and then I lost everything. Pretty much, that's the story of my life. And that's the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Because there's nothing worse than a Mexican that's an arrogant, intolerable with money. It's the worst thing. If you see one out there, take his money away. He'll thank you. He'll say thank you so much. Because now I get to spend time with my kids, and now I know the value of having an ice cream with your son. In that third world mentality that I came with, that I would just take anything, I put it aside. And I try to be I try to have some compassion on a lot of people that are from a third world country, and I say that it's not, in my bio I say that knowledge of the path is not a substitute for walking it. I have walked the line. It took me 15 years to gain my citizenship. I voted for Romney the first time. He choked. Then I got pissed. I didn't vote for, what was his name? McCain. I didn't vote for him. That was But when I see Donald Trump, I see a self-made millionaire, because you know what? It's harder to have money than not to have money. I can feel for Donald Trump. How many people would probably just want to take away everything he has?
A lot.
I'm starting to write a book that's called Defending the American Dream.